This epidemic where people are just taking watches, jewels, because they're so hard to come by, and obviously everyone wants to live lit, everyone wants to live, people don't want to work for shit. So even a guy got killed the other day, I heard they didn't even ask him for his watch.
So that's that question I always ask.
They just stabbed him straight away, bang, and then that was it.
A lot of dudes, when you speak to them, it's like, yeah, I'm ready to take the off if the situation calls for it. But if you're not even asking,
bro, they just stabbed him. They literally just stabbed him.
Took the watch, and now it's gone from robbery to M charge.
Like even recently, like with gay rule, we were talking about when we come out of parties, we never, if we all got our watches on, we don't come out by ourselves. We'll come out like 5, 6 of us at the same time, and it's like strategy now. You have to park your cars next to each other.
Facing forward.
Facing forward. So I never, if I go to certain parties, I never park on reverse.
Okay.
My car's always.
Why is that?
It's always tactical. I don't know. It's a habit I picked from young, from where I grew up in Brixton, where my car, the way I park it is. There's always I could always just get out quickly.
There's
never no.
I back in. I don't care.
I always back in.
I can't help it.
Yeah.
And I'm never sitting back to the door. You know what I'm saying? Put me in a wall, in a corner. You know what I'm saying? It's not comfortable. I won't be at ease. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy. One of my friends in New York years ago, he got killed over his watch the same way. So he's come out of a club now, and he's got in his car, and the person who killed him went to school with him. He literally pulled up on the window and shot through.
For the watch?
What kind of watch was it?
It was a Rolex.
But what was it?
I think it was a. What do you have? Yeah, it wasn't a Yacht Master. It was a same Sky Dweller. Yeah, it was a Dweller.
Just for the watch?
Yeah. Wow. And this is years ago. This is before the inflation.
Wow.
The guy got caught, right?
Yeah.
You're not. This is crazy. Like, you're not gonna get away with it. No. You know what I'm saying? That back in the day when I was growing up, people like we would walk around people who killed our friends. Yeah. People used to get away with murder back in the day, but times are so different. It's a camera everywhere. There's sensors in neighborhoods, especially like heavily populated Black and Latino neighborhoods. A gunshot go off, it alerts, and they're coming. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Without even if a camera don't catch it, right? It's so easy, and everybody's a snitch. This is something I know because I've been through the system, and I had a high caliber lawyer, and he was just running everything down to me. You know what I'm saying? And the toughest of the toughest dudes, when they facing 30 years, they're like, what you want me to do? And they're back out on the street.
Yeah.
They're back out on the street.
Yeah.
They're still doing crimes. You know what I'm saying? But they're protected. This is something I know because I know a guy like that.
Casanova said the same thing on the Breakfast Club. This is like years ago. He mentioned it was like, oh, when they put that time in front of you, people are gonna start talking. So like he said that, and recently someone pulled it up, the video, and they were like, it's surprising that he's facing the same time, but he's just riding it.
Well, apparently he just took a plea. Yeah. So we'll see what kind of time he got, if he's keeping it stand up.
They said he took a plea because other people in
the camp
started
talking.
So his lawyer had to say to him, boy, people are talking already. Yeah. So you need to just
decide,
lock yourself up. Because remember, sometimes if there's 4 of us and I'm thinking, you know what, I'm going to protect you lot. But then you lot start talking, it's like, who am I protecting? What's the point of this anymore?
I know this don't sound smart, but if we were all doing a crime, we all get caught. And let's say I have the least involvement, and they pressuring me. Bro, just tell us whatever. I'm not saying nothing. Even if y'all rolled on me, even if I knew y'all rolled on me. Because I believe in it's gonna sound cheesy or whatever, but this is where I believe in like the universe, and I believe in things being fair, and I believe in karma and all that stuff, right?
Things happen for a reason.
Listen, I don't think things happen for a reason. Things happen because of our decisions. You know what I'm saying? If I decide to take an honorable route, even if we're doing crimes, I'm gonna still be honorable. My outcome will still be fine. It may not look like it in the moment, but it will. Case in point, when I was dealing with my situation, and this is probably the last time I ever put this out into the world, talk about my past life, because I don't want to manifest that, right? But when I was dealing with my situation, I stood up each which way that you could stand up, you know what I'm saying? And I made my situation worse by going on a run for 7 years, right? And when they came and got me, it was scary. Bond went from 100 grand to $500,000. Like everything it's called aggravated, right? it's gonna be worse. I got nothing, nothing. And you know who was speaking on my behalf? Police, cops. So in the court in America, like when you get sentenced, you have the defendant and his family over here, and the state, cops and shit. It was my family and cops, the weirdest shit ever.
How come?
Because they with me. It's people I actually developed relationships with during, I call it my grace period, when I was free but on a run. Because nobody knew that. You didn't know that. Nobody knew that. You know what I'm saying? But I was being a good dude, doing a good, you know, doing good things. But I was like, but when I was in the streets too, I did good business with people. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't robbing nobody, none of that. All of my actions were good. Even though it was illegal, it ain't that bad in my opinion, because the shit that was illegal then is legal now. You know what I'm saying? So I was just giving people what they wanted and they're paying me for it. You know what I'm saying? So when I had to face, look, I faced out, they got me, let's go, let's ride it out. You know what I'm saying? And the judge was like, you're not a criminal, get out of my court. Wow, wow. But I feel like that was because, it wasn't because it was meant or it was written, or it was because of the decisions that I made. You know what I'm saying? So if I, listen, so I was up here, I had more money than I can count, right? I lost, bam, everything like that. Had a few grand, and then I stretched it out. I moved away out the country for a minute, got my mind right. Got more in touch with my spirituality when I was in Dubai, because I'm praying every day, multiple times a day, you know what I'm saying? And I'm alone, I'm isolated. People gotta understand, like, you get so much growth in isolation. When you're in isolation and you got problems, it's like, it's the worst feeling ever. I ain't got nobody to lean on, nobody to talk to. But it was the best thing, because when you do have people, you're not dealing with your shit. You're reminiscing, you're talking, you're being distracted. But me in isolation, man, I grew so much, so much. So I came back and started rebuilding my life. Now, I always tell people this, something my father told me, he said, son, we're people of character, and character, you don't really develop that in good times. That's easy. He said you develop it when the chips is down. You lose your job, you lose your girl, whatever. You know, because now you gotta be strong and make the right decisions when it's hard to. When you ain't got no money, it's hard to get. When you're used to having money and you ain't got money, and for me, I had to go work and make $3 grand a month. That's why I was making a goals gym, $3,000 a month, working my ass off, right? I had to do it. You know what I'm saying? Raggedy car, no crib at first, you know what I'm saying? I get a haircut, shower at the gym. Nobody knew I was homeless. You feel me? But I was like, fuck it, I gotta do what I gotta do. But the default setting is go pull a lick, come back up. So it was my decisions that articulated my outcome. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy, like how you said a second ago, everyone is a snitch now. And recently there was a clip that went viral in London where a crazy woman has got into an argument with kids, school kids, and the school girls apparently were throwing water, but where the clip starts was she's arguing with the school kids, she pushes the schoolboy, and then out of nowhere he pulls out a big knife and he starts stabbing her.
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
Where was this?
This was in South Norwood. And
oh, these guys.
And literally, the other kids are filming and they're like, ooh, ooh, ooh. And literally, in my head, I'm thinking to myself, this kid is crazy because it's bright, like this daylight.
Yeah.
You're stabbing someone.
Yeah.
He's in year 10, so he's a 14, 15-year-old kid. You're stabbing someone day life, that's attempted murder, one.
Yeah.
But now,
there's
100 witnesses with their phones out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
So, like, now in this day and age, like Mike talking about the sensors going off, there's more cameras than people, because look, I've got 2 phones. You get what I'm saying? That's 2 cameras. And I've got a camera as well.
Even in the UK, as a state, the CCTV is heavy. I think
big time. I think we might have the highest.
I think China's got the most.
China's got the most, that's what I hear. China's got the most.
But in the UK, CCTV is everywhere. So I think the murder conviction rate is something like 90-something%. 97 or 96%, because it's kind of like, if even the woman who got murdered, Sarah Everett, the other day, the reason they found the killer was because the car went past the bus camera. So when they saw the license plate, they worked backwards. And was like, okay, where did they start going back to junction? So people think they can get away with stuff, but now it's got to a point where, nah, bro, you're not getting away with it. Because back in the day, as you said, even when
But
I
the
was
thing
younger,
is, what you're saying,